this because people often miss class or meetings, and you may have been the ones who were missing the classes or the meetings, so you might be able to relate to this. In my past life as a professor, I was a real stickler for attendance. I had very strict attendance policies because, after all, we were training kids to go into the workforce, training young men and women to go into the workforce. And then when I retired, I come down here and I wanted to do dragon boating. And which team do I join? TBR. Why? Because I knew I didn't have to be there every day. I could show up. So go figure on that one. In my past life, I've heard some classic excuses from students over the years, and also some of my colleagues would share with me some of the excuses they would hear from their students. For example, my gas pedal stuck to the floor and I had to drive continuously until I ran out of gas. Or, I'm on my brother's health insurance. He lives in Chicago. So when I got sick, I had to go to Chicago to see a doctor, yet we were in Pennsylvania. I was running a few minutes late, and I didn't want to make a bad impression by arriving late for class. So you miss it, right? And then an excuse I will never ever forget, nor will I forget the student. His name was Kurt. It happened about 20 years ago at West Texas A&M University. He notified me beforehand. He said, I'll be absent today because I cannot find my 2 cats. They were later found alive and well in his refrigerator. This is a true account of what actually happened. One of the few times on campus I did notice when there were no absences or no excuses was on graduation day. I wonder why. Anyhow, back to the poem. Again, the title is Did I Miss Anything? And I'm going to try to make it interactive and ask you to help me out at times. When I raise my hand, would you all just help me and say, did I miss anything? So let's do one practice. Did I miss anything? Nothing. When we realized you weren't here, we sat with our hands folded on our desks in silence for the full 2 hours. Did I miss anything? Everything. I gave an exam worth 40% of the grade for this term and assigned some reading due today, on which I'm about to hand out a quiz worth 50% of the grade. Did I miss anything? Nothing. Nothing. None of the content of this course.
Hold it. We missed something.
Did I miss anything?
Nothing. None of the content of this course has value or meaning. Take as many days off as you like. Any activities we undertake as a class, I assure you, will not matter either to you or me and are without purpose. Everything. A few minutes after we began last time, a shaft of life descended and an angel or other heavenly being appeared and revealed to us what each woman or man must do to attain divine wisdom in this life and the hereafter. This is the last time the class will meet before we disperse to bring this good news to all people on earth. Nothing. When you are not present, how could something significant occur? Everything contained in this classroom is a microcosm of human existence, assembled for you to query and examine and ponder. This is not the only place such an opportunity has been gathered, but it was one place and you weren't here. The end.